So our lesson today is chapter 2, lesson 6, the chain rule. Now, on the previous lessons, we learned how can we find the derivative of 2x of 2x plus 7 or 2x squared plus 7. Today now we will learn how can we find the derivative of 2x squared plus 7 raised to the power 34. Or we learn how can we find the derivative of sine x. But in this lesson, we learned how can we find the derivative of sine squared of x or sine x cubic. These complicated functions, we will learn how can we find their derivative by using the chain rule. So what is the chain rule and how it can help me to find the derivative? Now, the chain rule is dy over dx is here now. What I have to do? It is dy like what we said yesterday. If I'm asking you to find to write the unit as centimeter per dollar, and you have only centimeter per liter and liter per dollar. To write it as centimeter per dollar, you will multiply centimeter by over liter by liter over dollar, and then they cancel each other, so they write as centimeter per dollar. Here, this is the chain rule, or approximately this is the chain rule, that if I want to find dy with respect to x, I used u. I say it is dy over du times du over dx. It's like canceling each other, so it comes like dy over dx. So the chain rule is dy over dx is dy over du times du over dx. This is the chain rule. If there is two functions, they are composition like f of g of x. I will name g of x with u. Then I will say I have to find it like dy over du times du over dx. Don't forget this rule. Dy over du times du over dx. Now what we have to do? Look at the first one here. In the first one, we have x cubic plus 27, and they are raised to the power 37. So x cubic plus 27 raised to the power 37. So this is in this function here. I have it like now. This is a complicated one. Since it is complicated, I need to use the chain rule. The chain rule says that dy over dx is dy over du times du over dx. This is for the chain rule. Now, this is the first step. I wrote the chain rule. The second step now, I will say that this is u. So I will say u is x cubic plus 20x. 2x. So u is x cubic plus 2x. This is the first way. I suppose that x cubic plus 2x is u. And since I wrote x cubic plus 2x with u. So my new function is f of x, or you can write it as y. Sorry. Or you can write as y equal. Since I suppose that u is equal x cubic plus 2x, so I write as u raised to the power 37. So this is u and this is y. The second step now. Come to the first one here. In the first one, I need, so it is u equal x cubic plus 2x. So du, I want to find now, to find the derivation of u with respect to x. Look here, u to x, du to dx. So I need to find now the derivation. It will be 3x squared plus 2. This is the first step, du over dx. Then go down here. I have y and u. So I need to find the derivation of y to the derivation of u. Oh, derivation of y with respect to u. U raised to the power 37. It is 37 u raised to the power 36. Then after that, I will come back here now. So dy over dx is dy over du. Where is dy over du? It is 37u times du over dx. Where is du over dx? It is 3x squared plus 2. Then I wrote here dy over dx, or with respect to x. What does it mean? That means I need all the function, all the expression here is with the x, not with u. So what I have to do, I will replace u with y. Where is y with the x, sorry, which is, I suppose it here at the beginning. So it will be 37 x cubic plus 27 times.
Teacher, what about the power?
Ah, yes, I forgot to write it down. Here to the power 36 times 3x squared plus 2. Is it clear?
Yes, teacher.
Hello, we
Yes.
will solve more examples, but this is the main idea. I will solve now number 8. In number 8 here, f of x, or y, you can say, keep it as y to make them clear for you. So y now is 3x squared plus 2x minus 1 raised to the power 6. Now, as you see, it's a complicated one, and only the chain rule can help me to find its derivative. The chain rule is dy over dx is dy over du times du over dx. This is the first step. Then I will wrote now, I supposed now that this is u. So I will say u is 3x squared plus 2x minus 1. This is u. Then, after I suppose that u is equal 3x squared plus 2x minus 1, so my functions is y equal u raised to the power 6. I just replace this function with u. Then, I will find the derivation of u with respect to x. Here, there's u to x. Here, there's y to u. So du to dx is, I have just to find the derivation. It is 6x plus 2.
Plus 2.
And down here, we have it as 6u raised to the power 5. Now then, I need now to find how to replace it in my chain rule. In this chain rule, dy over dx is, where's dy over du?
X plus 2.
So dy over dx is dy over du times du over dx. Where is dy with respect to u? It is 6
u to the power 5.
6 u to the power 5, yes, times du over dx. Where's du over dx? Which is 6x plus 2. Then I cannot keep u and x in the same function. So I will replace u now with x. So I will say 6 raised to the power 5. And where's u? I will replace it now, which is 3x squared plus 2x minus 1 raised to the power 5 times 6x plus 2. This is the derivation or the derivative of y. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Now let's do this one here, number 10. In number 10 here, y is equal 1 over x raised to the power 5 minus x plus 9 raised to the power 9. Can I write it like x raised to the power 5 minus x plus 1 raised to the power negative 9?
Yes, teacher.
So I will do the same steps. I will suppose that this is u. So u is x to the power 5 minus x plus 1. And since I suppose that u is x to the power 5 minus x plus 1, so y it will be u raised to the power negative 9. Then the second step, I will write now du, or I will find the derivation of, not, sorry, du with respect to x, and here dy with respect to u. dy, du, sorry, with respect to x, and dy with respect to du. Now du with respect to dx is, I will find the
5x
derivative
to
of
the
it,
power 4 minus 1.
5x to the power 4 minus 1. And dy to du, it will be negative 9 u
to the
raised
power negative 10.
the power negative 10. Thank you. So by now I have du over dx, and also I have dy over du. And I have, don't forget the u2. Now back here. So the chain rule says that dy over dx is dy over du times du over dx. Now dy over du, this one, is negative 9y raised to the power negative 10 times du over dx, which is 5x to the power 4 minus 1. Then after that, I will replace now negative 9. Now, where is u?
X to the power 5 minus
It is
x
x
plus 1.
minus x plus 1. I will replace u with the function that I supposed before. Raised to the power negative 10 times 5x raised to the power 4 minus 1. Let's do now number 12. First, is it clear?
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Is it, I think it's clearer than yesterday.
Yes.
Yesterday because I was confused. طيب. Now, number 12. In number 12 here, we have y equal x cubic minus 2x plus 5, and it's raised to the power what?
Negative 1.
Half. Thank you. It's raised to the power half. So now I will suppose that this is u. So I will say here, u is x cubic minus 2x plus 5. And since this is u, so y, it will be u raised to the power half. Then after that, I want now to find du with respect to x and dy with respect to u. Now du with respect to x, that means I need to differentiate this function, which is 3x squared
To the power 2.
minus 2. And down it is half u to the power half minus 1, which is negative half. Then I will use, after I prepare everything, I will come back to find how to use the chain rule, which is dy over du times du over dx. Now, where is dy over du? It is this one.
It is half u to the
It is
power
half
negative half.
u to the power negative half times du over dx. Where's du over
3x
dx?
squared minus 2.
3x squared minus 2. Then, as I told you, I need to keep them with respect to x. So, half. Then, I will replace u with x, which is
X cubic minus
x cubic
2x plus 5.
minus 2x plus 5. Is it clear now?
Yes.
Teacher.
I will suppose that this is u. So I will say u is x cubic minus 7x raised to the power negative 1. And then, since I suppose this is u, so y, it will be u raised to the power negative 2. Then after that, I need to find du with respect to x and dy with respect to u. Now du to x, I will differentiate this function, which will be 3x squared minus or plus 7x raised to the power negative 2. And I will differentiate dy with respect to u, which is negative 2y raised to the power negative 3. So by now, we found du over dx and dui over du. I can come back now to find how to use my chain rule. Now dy over du is negative 2y cubic, or to the power negative 3, sorry, times du with respect to x is 3x squared plus
7x to the power negative 2.
Then I cannot keep them with u because I want to differentiate with respect to x. So I will replace
Negative 2 times x cubic minus 7x to the power negative 1.
negative 2, and then I will replace it with x cubic minus 7x raised to the power negative 1 raised to the power
Negative 3
times 3x squared plus 7x raised to the power negative 2. Is it clear now?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Now, number 11 here. We have f of x equal. This one I can write as 4 times 3x squared minus 2x plus 1 raised to the power negative 10. This is how can I write number 11. Now then, y is 4 3x squared minus 2x plus 1 raised to the power negative 3. So the first step here now, I will suppose that this is u. So u is 3x squared minus 2x plus 1. And since I suppose this is u, so my new function y, it will be 4, don't forget the 4, u raised to the power negative 3. Then I will find now the derivative of u with respect to x and of y with respect to u. With u with respect to x, it will be
6x minus 2.
6x minus 2, thank you. And with respect to y, it will be 4 times negative 3 u raised to the power negative 3 minus 1. So it is negative 12 u raised to the power negative 4. Now come back to the chain rule. Y is dy. Sorry.
dy
over dx is
equals to
dy over du times du over
dx.
Now where's dy over du?
Negative 12 u to the power negative 4.
Thank you. It is negative 12 u to the power negative 4 times where du to dx, it is 6x minus 2. Now then after that, we will replace
It will be negative
negative 12 then where
times
is u? It's
3x
3x
to the power 2 minus
2x
2x
plus 1
plus 1 to the power negative
4 bravo times 6x minus 2. Then I can write it now as negative 12 over 3x squared minus 2x plus 1 times 6x minus 2. Also, you can write it as negative 72x plus 24 over 3x squared minus 2x plus 1. So the derivation of 4 times 3x squared minus 2x plus 1 raised to the power negative 3 is negative 72x plus 24 over 3x squared minus 2x plus 1. Is it clear?
Teacher, why didn't we put the 4 down to the power of 4?
Oh, I forgot it. Just why. Is it clear now?
Yes.
This is the chain rule. Tomorrow, inshallah, we will talk about an alternative way